All right, to Mississippi. That's right, Mississippi. The state is already tackling tort reform. Medical malpractice claims dropping. Get this, 91% since the laws passed back in 2004. Governor Haley Barbour says if it worked in his state, it can work for the rest of the country. Governor Barbour joining me now from Jackson, Mississippi. Governor, thank you for joining us.
Well, Neil, thanks for having me. The federal government, some are saying we need a pilot project or a demonstration project about tort reform. Well, all they got to do is look at us. The amount of money that's being saved down here, medical liability insurance premiums by our biggest insurer of doctors, down 42%, plus 20% annual rebates. Effectively, premiums are down about 60%. And as you said, 1 year after tort reform went into effect, the number of medical liability suits against Mississippi physicians had gone down 91% from the peak.
So, Governor, what are you doing? Could you outline what was part of this tort reform?
Well, we revised the rule of venue about where suits can be brought. The Supreme Court virtually simultaneously revised the rule of joinder about who can be joined in as defenders and plaintiffs. Before tort reform, we had lawsuits with one Mississippi defendant, one Mississippi plaintiff, and thousands of out-of-state plaintiffs filed in a county where none of them had ever been ever heard of because they knew they had jackpot juries there. We got rid of joint and several liability. We protect innocent sellers and innocent landowners. We have caps on punitive damages that are on a sliding scale. We have caps on non-economic damages, and we also have caps on medical liability.
So on the punitive damages, is someone normally where this gets out of hand and gets very expensive, certainly for doctors who pay exorbitant malpractice insurance, is that if they've harmed someone, either accidentally or stupidly or whatever, then the patient and their lawyer go back and they say, well, now I'm for the pain and suffering and all of this, pay me $10 million or more. What kind of caps or what kind of limitations did you put on that kind of stuff?
The cap for medical liability for non-economic damages, you can, if you lose wages or have medical bills, whatever the amount is, you're entitled to recover that. But non-economic damages are limited to $500,000, and punitive damages, there's a sliding scale depending on the size of the corporation, but in medical liability cases, very low.
All right, so you know the rap you're going to hear from trial lawyers, who I'm sure are no big fans of yours, Governor, that it's going to make doctors run crazy and inflict harm on folks because they think they've gotten a pass.
Well, that's actually not the experience here. We have seen huge drops in medical liability cases, but anybody that's hurt, anybody that feels aggrieved or injured has a right to go to court. It's just we have a lot more level playing field today between plaintiffs and defendants. And it has saved money. If one of the goals of national health care reform is to save money, to reduce costs, and it ought to be, this is a place where you could probably save $200 to $300 billion a year between liability, between litigation, and particularly the practice of defensive medicine, where doctors run tests that they wouldn't normally run, but they're afraid of getting sued.
Amazing. You're the only governor in the nation who's managed to find a way to address tort reform. Governor, thank you very, very much.
Well, in fairness, there's some other states like Texas, but we appreciate being seen as the leader.
This is the most dramatic percentage improvement, but I could be wrong on that. But Governor, thank you very, very much.